to them. So those are the things I'll be checking for danger. So I will then move some of the things that are causing his neck. His neck is crooked. So I'm going to move the things around so that the person
I think our volume has not been on. So let's start again. I'm sorry about that. We just find out that the volume was not on. Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. You are welcome to the Black Female Entrepreneur Greenwich. And I am Lucy Isaiah, your host for today. And I am joined with our head practitioner, who is, we call her AKA Professor of Health. Mercy will be actually talking about first aid and your first response to any issue regarding first aid. So I will not waste too much of your time. I will just hand the floor over to Mercy. Mercy, over to you now.
Hi, my name is Mercy. I'm from Black Female Entrepreneur Greenwich. I'm your host today. Lucy is the host today, and I am the presenter for today, presenting first aid awareness. So at Black Female, we've got a lot of things that are going on. So Lucy, can you tell them before we go how they're going to respond to anything that we're going to say here?
Okay, you can post your question on our Facebook page, or on just send your question in. Please, any question you want to ask around first aid, our health practitioner will try her best to answer this question. I will read your question out and she will actually answer them while we are live on air. And if you want your question to be private, you can DBS us and we will answer those questions private. Or you can send us email. I'll drop our email on the chat and we will answer you privately. But if you want a public answer, I'll put it on the chat, on the Facebook chat, and we'll get back to you as soon as I can. Over to you.
Thank you, Lucy. Once again, if you feel that there is some other things that you want to know or you don't understand and you need immediate help with somebody who's not feeling well, and please call 99 for help or contact your GP or the nurse practitioner or any health professional around you to help you to recover on that. But today we are just going to talk of first aid awareness. So the first thing is that what is first aid? So I have got a few audience here. Can any of the audience tell us what is first aid?
Okay, for my just a very simple one. I believe first aid is the first treatment you give to anyone that had injury or collapse or had an accident. It is the first point of contact of any health assistance that you give to someone that is in need of medical attention.
Well done. Thank you very much. As you have all heard that first help somebody gets in case of an accident. So we all go shopping and you might see somebody, an old lady or a young child, they had a fall. When they had a fall, they are probably bleeding. Or somebody has got an attack, probably asthma attack, they're struggling to breathe. Or somebody has sustained a bend or a bruise, or it can be anything. It is called an accident. So when things like that happen, it is always reassuring to find somebody who knows what they're doing to give you assistance. So today we are going to look at all of that. What kind of help and assistance that you're going to give to the person. So I have got a model here, and this model, he is called Babatunde. He's all the way from Nigeria, from Delta State. So Babatunde is going to be our model today, and we're going to talk about him and how you're going to help him if at all he needs first aid, which means the help. So I'm going to work with you at home. So I just want to say thank you for all those people who joined us last time. And thank you for those who are joining us today. I can see there's a few of you on there online. And thank you so much. Keep sending in your comments, and Lucy will be able to let me know what those comments are or what those the questions are, and then we'll move on. So now I have visited Babatunde at his house, and I found him. He is on the floor. I am not sure of what has happened. And this is exactly what happened. It could be your nana. It could be your mom. It could be your uncle. Yes? So you found them on the floor. What do you do? So now we have what we call in first aid primary survey. Primary survey means that the first thing we do before we start the first aid is to check for danger. So danger means anything that might have caused this person to be on the floor, lifeless. So I'll be looking at probably a gunshot. I'll be looking at probably a knife that is on someone on their body. I will be looking for the blood, probably blood coming out of their body. I will be looking at, the physical look of the person. I will be looking at the color of their skin. I will be looking at everything. This primary survey is done quickly, effectively, and it shouldn't take you time. It should be in a matter of seconds. You would have established what has happened to this person. If this person has got a knife that is stuck on them, please don't remove that knife. Leave the object in, but press in so that there's no blood that is coming out. What causes death is the loss of blood. Once a person loses the blood, they are lifeless, because we have a circulatory system where the blood circulates from head to toe. So once that circulatory system is cut, which means the flow of blood is also cut, it's not going to be a full circle. So if that happens, please compress it to stop the bleeding and call 999 immediately. So now, the primary survey, I'll look for danger. So now I've established there is no blood that is coming out, there's no gunshot, there is no object stuck on them, So now I will be shouting, Tunde, can you hear me? And now this is checking for response. Can you hear me? Can you say something? Can you tell me what has happened? Tunde, can you hear me? Can you say something? Can you say something? Are you all right? Yes, Tunde. You know what? I'm shaking him. So that I hear the response. And while I'm doing this, I am also checking to see that is he breathing? Yes. How do I check his breathing? The rise and fall of the chest. Then I'll be seeing that. So while I'm looking at him, so I have checked for danger. I have called his name if I know him. If you don't know them, you're on the street, just like, can you hear me? Hello, mister? Can you hear me? Yes, my name is Mercy. You had an accident. Are you all right? Can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? Keep talking to the person. Bring them back so that they can actually hear you, because hearing is the last thing that goes. If somebody is going to die, they can hear you. So do a favor by continuously speaking to the person. You find that even if you're calling 999, they will tell you to continue speaking to a casualty so that the casualty can hear. It's reassuring when you are in the dark and somebody's calling your name, somebody's speaking to you. That's the best thing you can do. So we've established that. So the airway, now we are checking the airway. As I said last time, the airway, you put your hand at the back of on their forehead, and then you tilt their chin, and then you look through to see the airway. This means that they probably have been choked. So if they are choked here, as I said last time, that we have got two pipes here. One pipe, it goes from here, when it eats food, it's called the esophagus. It goes into the stomach. This for the food. And we also have another pipe that is at the front here, it's corrugated. This is called the trachea. It goes right from here into the lungs. Some of you got it right, and your presents, I think, have already been sent. And I say, well done to you. I think that we had about 5 of them people who were able to pick up that it was a trachea, and well done for that. So now that trachea is called a windpipe. That's my grandmother's language, or your grandmother's language too, because they say it is got a windpipe. You know why they call it a windpipe? For some of you who have seen the AC, the air conditioner has got a corrugated tube, just like This is the same thing as what is here. And this is what they call it, a windpipe. So this windpipe, the air travels through the windpipe right the bronchus, and then it goes into our lungs. And this is our chest cavity. This is where the heart, the lungs are inside there. So now, once we have checked the airway, so the airway, when we are checking it, we have to make sure that this person, there is nothing inside their mouth. So I might put my finger and try to get that piece of meat that is there, or that piece of bread that is there. So a piece of bread can cover the trachea such that and stop the air from flowing through. So we need to remove that. And you see that when we remove that, the person will start breathing normally. So now, sometimes it might not be the case. We might need to tilt their head to be on the side because they've probably been vomiting, and that vomiting has gone on when they're up like this. That vomit is stuck in, so we need to tilt the head on the side so that the vomit will come out. And this is what we call the recovery position. Recovery position. Yeah. So now I have checked to make sure that there is nothing in their mouth. There is nothing that's stopping the airway from flowing. Now I'm going to check their breathing. So how am I going to check their breathing? I might listen like this to see if they're breathing with my ears, and or they're not breathing. Okay, I will now go onto their chest here. I want to try and see if their chest is rising and falling, rising and falling. I want you to check the person next to you. Is their chest rising and falling, which means they are breathing. They're in the world of the living. But unfortunately, Baba Tunde is not breathing. So I have checked that, the breathing. Now I am going to hold his hand and see if this hand has got life. So when I hold his hand like this, it will go like this. So what does that mean? Which means there's no life, which means the circulation of the blood has been cut off somewhere. It's not as effective as it should be. So now what do we do when the circulation has been cut off? Now we need to make sure that Baba Tunde will start to breathe again. So have you ever heard something like, when people say they jumped on my chest, they massaged my chest, what does that mean? So, well, I told you before that this is the chest cavity here. And on this chest cavity, there is the heart, the lungs. And what size is the heart? The heart is the size of your fist. That's how big your heart is. But it pumps. The heart is one of the biggest muscles in your heart. It pumps like this. So what is it pumping? It pumps the blood in and out, in and out, in and out. And this is why the chest is rising and falling, rising and falling. So now, if that person is stopped breathing, we need to start what we call CPR. So we need to start the CPR. Once we have noticed that there's no life in this person, we probably have checked the pulse. And any of you knows what the pulse is? If you go on your hand like this, you'll be able to feel your pulse. Just sit down and feel it. You can feel it going. If you count it a minute, you might go around 60 to 70 or 80. And if it goes far above that, which means there is something that is happening, So we can check that. And now, if the person is lifeless, the CPR is cardio. And cardio means the heart, which is the size of your fist. Cardio, C. And the P is pulmonary. Pulmonary means the lungs. Yes, that's the lungs. And R, CPR, resuscitation, which means bringing back to life. So first aid is to bring back people to life, or to rectify what is wrong, or to assist the people to recovery. So this is what we are going to do now. So now, when we are going to do this, you need to understand your anatomy and physiology of your heart. So on this chest, now we're looking at the chest for Babatunde. So we're gonna we've got a diaphragm at the here. After this, you can feel it here. There's a diaphragm there. On this diaphragm, you put 2 fingers like here, 2 of my fingers here, and then it is very important that you use this part of your palm when we are doing the CPR. So the CPR is one therapy that is going to help somebody to get back to life. So sometimes some people have heart attack. So I don't want to give you too much of that, you know. So it could be they had a heart attack because they are taking blood pressure tablets, and probably they forgot to take their blood pressure tablets. So they can have a blood clot, or their heart might not be able to cope to pump properly, and this is all because of the blood circulation. And this is why some people have left-sided weakness or right-sided weakness, because the blood flows all around your body. So the blood might flow on this side, and when it gets somewhere there, it can't get on there, and this side will be weak. And then that's why you see people move around with a stick, because one of their side is weak. So, but if you know first aid, you can get there quickly and you can help them, resuscitate them, and allow the flow of blood. So now we use your palm here, and then you have already put your 2 fingers, so you have determined where you put there. And now when we put, so what are we doing when we're doing this? We are now doing the CPR. CPR, which means the cardiopulmonary resuscitation, massaging the chest, trying to bring that person back to life. So when we do that, the effect is that we need to make sure we do compressions, and these compressions, they have to be a minimum of 2 meters deep down, which means you really need to put an effort to do these resuscitations. Otherwise, if you're going to do on the surface slowly like this, it's not going to work. You have to make sure you do deep down so that it reaches the organs in the chest cavity and stems up everything, so that it stimulates the breathing, it stimulates the circulation of the blood. That's what we say massaging. So we do 30 compressions of these. And then after we have done 30 compressions, I want you to watch me when I'm doing the compressions. So these compressions, they're not easy. When you get tired, let the other person do it. But there is no need of you doing compressions if the person is breathing. We only do this if the person is lifeless and we want to bring them back to life. So I am going to do my compressions right now, and I want you to see what I'm doing. Yes, this part of your hand is a very powerful part of your hand. So that is what you use. So we are going to go up to 30, and then after 30, I'll show you what happens next. So let's go. Let's all count at home. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You see, I've worked so hard. After the 10 compressions, I feel tired. Yes, it is allowed. You can rest. Now, I've done the 30 compressions. Now, I am going to come out to do this. Now, this is what we call the breath that we're going to give to this person. I don't urge you to do it to anyone who is not your family member due to COVID. We are not doing mouth to mouth at all. So if we're doing mouth to mouth, then we breathe into this person. But if we are not doing that, we encourage them to cough. When they cough, air is trying to get in and we're trying to bring them back. But The traditional way is we give them, pinch the nose, and then we are giving them air that is going to go through the trachea into the chest cavity and bring things up to life. But because we are not doing mouth to mouth, and I'm saying this again on television, on this program, please do not do mouth to mouth unless it's your child or it's your household. Otherwise, you can't do mouth to the public due to COVID. As we all, this is our new norm. Probably they're going to invent something, but there is also some catheter you can get that you can put on the mouth, and you can do that on so it's not going to be mouth to mouth, you're just giving the air. So now that we try to see that person, whilst we are doing that, we have already called for help because we have seen the person is lifeless. The moment you know the person is lifeless, call. Now I am calling the ambulance whilst I'm doing my CPR. So when I'm calling the ambulance, I am telling them, I found a gentleman here. He's in the mid-20s or mid-50s or mid-60s. I found him lifeless. So I've called his name. I've called him to see if he's responding, but he's not responding. There's no one to help me here. So what do I do? So they will tell me, which place are you? I'm on AC18 or AC5, I'm not sure exactly. What are you nearer to? I am nearer to Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's is across the road. Which area is it? Oh, this is Greenwich, or this is Stratford, or this is Glasgow. Yeah, so you are telling them your area where you are. Also, the phone that you have used, they will be able to detect where you are. If you can't phone, ask others, help, and somebody will come and give it. Can you call for the ambulance, please? This person is, so they do that. So this is what we do, the CPR. Please know that we are massaging the chest. So when the ambulance come, they will also continue from where you have left. They continue, and when they continue, they will bring what they call AED. So an AED looks like this. So this is the AED. Yeah. Yes, this is the AED. You can see it. So the AED, I'm sure you have had this machine says stand clear, stand clear, stand clear. So our heart is an electrified heart. So since it is electrified, it can be shocked. And then once it's shocked, adrenaline is released. When it is released, then we can bring back this person to life. So they will put the pads, as you can see, these pads are there. So these pads we have put here, we are going to shock Baba Tunte when we've done the pads. So we all stand clear, nobody is there. And then we press the button and we are shocking the system. And then Baba Tunte will come back to life. Or he might not come back to life. Then we put the air here, and then we take him to the ambulance, and then he goes into the hospital for more help. So this is what we call the AED. Yes, and when somebody gets the AED, which means it's an electric shock which they're gonna do for this person, so that this person will start to breathe again. So now, this is the end of the CPR. This is the end of our first aid, just awareness if somebody stops breathing. But we are also going to go into something else. But I'm going to go to Lucy now. And then after Lucy says something, then I'm going to go back and finish a few things that I need to let you know.
Okay, we've got some questions coming in. One of the first questions that was asked, when you're talking about scoping the mouth, we say them when you have to make sure you check that the person is not having anything in their mouth that is actually blocking the airway. They say out of in the case whereby the person's teeth is together, and you cannot put your hand in it. So what do you do in that case?
If the person's teeth are stuck together, you need to do the recovery position. Yes, So the recovery position, which means this person is going to be like this. So when they are like this, then whatever is in their mouth, it will be able to come out by itself.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, you can squeeze the person on the side, squeeze it. Yeah. Once you squeeze it, all the teeth will come out and something will come out. You know, kids, they do that. They have something stuck in there and they keep closing their mouth because they're scared that they're going to be told off. You know, so you can squeeze their mouth like this and everything might come out. So that is what the recovery position is very good because it helps to release the airway. So thank you so much for asking that question. And any other question?
Yeah, another question is about jacket. You know, some people, because you know, people always wear jackets, and if they happen to collapse or something happened to them and you need to do CPR, I know they say don't move the body. So how do you just do on top of the jacket, or you have to open take off the zip to look for their chest to do it, or you do it without touching them on the rest?
Yeah. So thank you for asking that. So this is what happens when somebody is going through that they had collapsed. Try to loosen their clothes. You know, you can open their clothes so you can get there. If it is a woman, make sure their bra is still on, but you can loosen any other clothes which they have, but make sure that we keep the bra on. But if it's a man, we can actually take off everything and get to the chest and get to them. Now, we also have a problem that some people have got, they're slightly bigger than others, and other people are really small. So I've had people saying that, oh, what about when we do so hard like this and you can hear the ribs cracking? You know, yes, in most cases, if they're small, you can see that, you can hear the ribs are cracking. If they're frail, you can hear the ribs cracking. And if they are big, sometimes you can hear the ribs cracking or you cannot. But I tell you what, cracked rib, they can heal up, but a dead heart is a dead person. Yeah, a broken heart, a dead heart is a dead. So we would rather have the ribs broken because they can be mended, you know, and the person come back to life. They will have pains around the chest here, but it will take time, and it won't take time to heal. It will heal, but just like somebody who has been beaten, you know, and then, you know, but nothing is broken, but it's bruised, or even if it's a broken bone, it will heal. So don't worry about the cracking of the ribs, you know, the broken ribs, they heal, but a broken heart, a dead heart, it's a dead heart, it's a dead person.
Okay, so we'll just take one more last question before you go. You know, some people used to have, what's it called? It's like a medical bracelets on them. How do you read those medical bracelets?
Yes, that was my next session that I was going to go to. Right, we have got different types of people with medical conditions. So these people with medical conditions, they either have a bangle, right, and this bangle says I'm asthmatic. So if it says I'm asthmatic and this person collapses, they must have a puffer in their bag. Yeah, an inhaler, they call it. Could be salbutamol or it can be anything.
Yeah.
So when you see somebody has collapsed and they're struggling to breathe, please check their bangle, their bracelet. Also check in their neck to see if they have got anything inside them, and do not hesitate to check in their bag to see what's there. So here is what happens. So this is what we call a puffer. This is what we call this one is probably salbutamol. They all come in different colors and different. It depends on the type of asthma or heart problem they have. So you can have any of these inhalers These are all inhaler. They come in different types, or they will be in their little box like this. So if you find somebody has collapsed, yeah, check if they're asthmatic, they will have one of these. So when they have one of these, they also come with a spacer, this one. So what you will do is you will need to take one of them, you open it like this, and then you put in like this, and this bit is this goes into their mouth, and ask them to close their mouth, tighten it up properly so that there's no air that is coming out. And then you press this pump, and then once you press it twice or 3 times, and then ask them to breathe in, take a long time to breathe, hold the breath. And what they do, this is medication. And this medication is being transferred from here through the spacer into their lungs. Then you can save life. If they're struggling to breathe, this is the best way of dealing with it. And using this, it helps them because the air is going to travel straight from here. The medication will come from here to the spacer, right straight into the trachea, and trachea, it runs into the lungs. And now this person is going to start breathing again. So you have saved the life. You are a hero. So look for things like this if the person is asthmatic. Yeah. And make sure that you make that person to sit upright. Because why do you want them to sit upright? It is because of they breathe. When they are breathing, they breathe from here, and this is their chest cavity. So they have to be upright to promote the respiratory system. So now, this is another bracelet you will find is the one they have with the heart. It will have a heart and then scribbled on it, which means this person has got a potential of developing a heart attack. They've got a heart problem. They might have a pacemaker. A pacemaker is an electric device which they put on here. This is like, you can see the dots here. That's where they put the pacemaker there, where the yellow dot is. That's where they put the pacemaker. Yeah. Yeah. So the yellow bit is the pacemaker. Yeah. The yellow bit is the pacemaker. So they will put the pacemaker there. So what does the pacemaker do? If this person fails, the heart fails, that electronic device will kickstart the heart, and the heart will continue. So people who've got heart problems, they always, if you check on their bracelet, you know, it will tell they always have medication in their pocket. Check in the medication, it's in a small pot like this, and it's called GTN. These small tablets in there. Take one tablet and put it under the tongue. Just take one tablet and put it under the tongue. When you look at the rest of the bracelet, it will tell you GTN in the pocket, one under the tongue. Put one under the tongue. So you just open it, take one and put it under the tongue. So what it does, it dissolves faster, and it helps with the respiratory system. And then this person, you have saved somebody. And now they will be in excruciating pain, and you can see they'll be doing all this, and they'll be touching their heart. And now you need to make them sit upright, so to help the respiratory system. So make them sit upright. There is so many bracelets you find them. It's a square one. It could be on the neck, or it could be on here. Also, people with diabetes, they also have bracelets. They have glucose sweets, which also you need to take and put in their mouth. They dissolve faster, and they go straight into the system, and you have helped the person if they're in hypoglycemia, which means their body is lacking sugar. In our next session, we are going to talk about diabetes and how it can affect you. So that will be our next session if you join us again. So once we have done this, I still haven't finished on first aid. I'm going to go on to the last part of first aid. So I said, if somebody was cooking in the kitchen and they were pouring hot water and it went on their skin, what do? So one, quickly rush onto the cold water tap and put that hand into the cold water. You know why? Because the skin is still cooking. If you don't put the hot water on it, the cold water on it, which means this skin is continuing to cook, and it is going to make this skin to have a big wound that is going to take time to heal, or that is going to be discoloring our skin, or that could affect us. So make sure that you quickly jump on it, leave it. If you have got a peas in the freezer or anything in the freezer, grab that bag and put it on top in there so it cools the skin, so it cools down. Now, we said also, if somebody's choking, what do? So we said, when somebody's choking, which means they've eaten that agege bread and it got stuck here, encourage them to cough. If they can't, you need to go to their back and then give, and then you go bam, 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 and see if anything comes out, something will come out, or go behind their back, and then this is this is the chest and this is the abdomen. So you go on here and then you like this, and then this person is gonna, whatever that is on there is gonna come out. Or you can do their back. Yeah, once I do my back, I put their back like this, everything that is there will come out, and now you have saved life. Yeah, so this usually happens to children mostly. They are eating, pizza get there or whatever gets there, and then a piece of steak meat, and then, so please don't forget to do this, and then do it really hard. And you find that the person's color is changing, they are becoming blue. If they are black, sometimes you might not be able to see that properly because of the color of their skin, but please look at the signs of distress, that the person, they're trying to say something and they can't, and you see their eyes are rolling, which means you're losing them, and you need to act fast, very, very fast, because once the brain is starved of oxygen, this person is going to be paralyzed, probably the whole body or side of their body. So make sure you do that. So I'm not going to tell you too much of the medical thing, because if a person cannot breathe through the mouth, they can breathe through the nose. If they can't breathe through the nose and mouth, we can cut a hole here on the trachea. This person can survive because they have been eating something and it got stuck there, but we have cut a hole here, yeah, and then this hole we cut into the trachea, so this person can still breathe from here. Yeah, so this is what we will call a tracheostomy, where they cut a hole here, and this person cannot breathe through here, but the person is breathing from here into the lungs, so the person can still survive. Once all that thing is taken off, then this trachea can also be sealed and we start again. For most of you who work in care, I'm sure you've come across people who got tracheostomy, and please be vigilant when you're looking after the tracheostomy by cleaning it, making sure that there is no infection. I love good practice. So yes, so now when somebody is bleeding, make sure we do compression. Anything that is available, take towel, jackets, everything, put it on that person so that the bleeding is not going to stop. I had a situation where one young man was stabbed and we happened to be there. So we all rushed with jackets, with everything. We put it on there, on that person, so that that person was saved. But they went into the hospital, they were so grateful because people jumped in with their jackets, with everything, to stop that person from losing too much blood. By the time the ambulance came, that was good. So I urge you to also do good practice. There might be some of the first aid things that we didn't touch today, but please put it on the chart. If you needed any help in any of those things, please put it on the chart so we can go through them next time we're gonna revisit this. So I will give it over to Lucy now.
Thank you very much. I can actually leave her to talk for ages because it's very interesting topic. Our health is a very interesting topic, and first aid is very important to anyone, adult, young, old, whatever age. It is good to have a simple, basic knowledge of first aid because accidents can happen anywhere. And as we go through the summer period, a lot of people cannot deal with the heat. So we need to be our brother's keeper and know how, make sure we drink enough water, not to get ourselves dehydrated, and also watch out for the elderly in our community, watch out for the young people, and make sure that we actually look after honor. Don't get people wear too much when it's hot, and so that they can have air. Open your window and
fresh
to
air.
get some fresh air, circulation, and the rest. So I'm not a medical person, but these are some of the basic information that you can actually get. And I know Mercy, who is a medical practitioner, will tell us more. I've done my first aid training, so I'm a little bit aware of some of those information that you need to know. So how important it is that for everyone to do first aid training?
It is very important for everybody to know and understand the application of first aid, because do not let somebody die in front of you because of that. Another one that I didn't tell you was electric shock or anaphylactic shock, which means this happens mostly to children when they go to school. If they are allergic to fish and there was fish there, they ate fish, they can react.
Or parties.
If they go to parties here, if they are allergic to nuts, if they eat anything nuts in there, they will react. And how do they react? You find that their skin will begin to change. They will have rashes, or they will just not feel all right. Their temperature will go skyrocketing. They will be fidgeting. They will do all of that. Sometimes it's very difficult to notice because children, they just pick something and they think it is good and they did not read. So my advice to the family, friends, and parents, and even children, read the content of the food that you're going to eat.
And
if you know you are allergic, ask questions to the dinner ladies, ask questions to the restaurant, make sure they are aware, because that is very, very important. You can take Puritan, that can help. You can buy Puritan off the counter, that can help you with that. Also, hay fever is another one. You know, you can use that. So all of these things are things that can happen that need first aid. Electric shock, as I say, somebody, you know, you overload your plugs in the house, and you can go and try to you can get stuck there and you can't come out. Please use the hood to separate the person from the electric cables, because if you don't use a hood, if you use yourself, you know what, you get attracted, and all of you, the whole family is going to be attracted to one another, and then you're all going to be electrocuted at the same time. So use non-heat conductive dry hood or something plastic that doesn't have any metal, because if you use the metal, then once that person come out, try to resuscitate them, because they're in a shock. The circulatory system is affected, so try to resuscitate them as quickly as possible. Do not allow people to lose their lives because of your ignorance. Let's all learn. First aid is the first step of understanding your health.
Thank you very much, Mercy, for actually touching up. Especially those with allergy. I have 3 children that have allergy, and I know what it is: egg, fish, nuts, and even some people with some allergy to grass. You talk about hay fever, and actually allergy can actually block the airway. Yeah, you know, so there's a lot of food allergy. For those of you that are cooking, now there's a lot of barbecue coming out there. When you're doing this barbecue, make sure whatever you're cooking, tell your guests, send them a text message to let them know what you're going to have in your barbecue, because you don't want people to come to your barbecue and they have a food allergy or food intolerance. So if you're going to do barbecue, please let your guests know what you're having. If you're having peanut cake, if you're gonna have some seafood, some people are allergic to seafood, cod fish. Please let your guests know. It's a happy moment. You don't want it to turn into a sad moment. So that's some advice to all of you having the summer party. Once your guests are coming, let them know. Just send them a text message, and on the text message or on the email or on the WhatsApp, let them know what you are cooking. Just basic information. Just say, this is what is going to cook. If you are allergic to this, and this is what. And all of you that are going to be doing some summer food, go online and do some allergy allergy, what's it called? Allergy training.
Oh, okay.
Very easy to do online. You can do some allergy training, and that will actually give you a lot of knowledge about what you need to do before you start cooking for the public. And also do your food hygiene training. I know some people think that you must not have a restaurant to do food hygiene training. Everyone that handle food need to know some basic food hygiene, because NHS is already a stretch. We don't want to start doing parties and barbecue and people are having food poisoning. They have to rush to the A&E. Please go online, get a little bit of knowledge before you start handling food. Those of you cooking burger, make sure the burger is cooked properly. The chicken, because chicken is another one, isn't it?
Yes, semolina. And seafood is very dangerous. Never take prawns home. Even if you've got leftovers, you go to a restaurant or anything, never take prawns home, because they're easily attracting the bacteria.
So guys, those that are roasting chicken, make sure you roast that chicken proper, or even bake them before you put them on the what's it called, on the barbecue stand. So if you bake them, you kind of pre-cook them then before you put it there, so you know it's well cooked, so that you don't give people food poison. I'm not here to lecture you about that, but since Mercy talked about, because I'm a caterer myself, I know some of you know that I'm into catering. So so if those of you that I believe you've enjoyed this session today, we just still we should actually pop this in. As you know, we've set up what is called the women health issue, just to discuss basic health condition that affect women and also general health issue. And Mercy, our health practitioner, she is her show. This is her area of speciality. Anything you want to know, send us your question. You can send it through email, you can direct inbox us, and when we come to the next session, we're going to actually put more light. So I think our next session is next month, isn't it?
Yes, our next session will be next month. We are looking forward to you giving us ideas of what you want us to talk about. One lady has already sent a request to talk about menopause. Somebody sent in a request to talk about diabetes. Somebody sent in a request to talk about stroke and how it affects people. So those are some of the health issues we are going to talk about. So we expect all of you to interact. These health issues, they are for everybody. So you need to know your body and understand it. Know your human body system so you can understand who you are and how it operates.
Thank you very much. So we know we're still of you. I know some of you are preparing for Father's Day, for all those fathers in the house, all the way from BFEG. So you see, we have a lot of Father's Day card here, is it? Yes. We have a lot of Father's Day card. So for all the fathers in the house, and those aspiring to be fathers, we say Happy Father's Day. Am I telling it the right way? Okay. I don't know okay. We say Happy Father's Day to you. And from BFEG to you, I'm going to give you some nice tune.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day to you. Enjoy and wish you all the goodies. I know a lot of people have sent their fathers, their uncle, a lot of presents. So this one say, you are my hero. You are my special dad. If Messi is going to read that, what do you have there?
Like father, like son.
Like father, like son. I like that one. Like father, like son.
Yes.
Right. What else do you have there, Messi? Super dad.
Super dad.
Super dad. Super dad.
Yeah.
And this
one, we have lots of super dads.
This one say handsome dad. So
yeah.
Guys, well done. What else do you have there, Messi?
So you see, fathers, even though we're Black Female Greenwich, yes, Black Female Entrepreneur Greenwich, we did not stop thinking of fathers.
Yeah.
So we did special
for fathers.
For him, Dad, and he has to be remembered.
Yeah.
When he has to.
And for all you father out there, do not forget to go and see your children. Do not forget to go and see your son, your daughter. They will be looking forward to send a special message. And
I just want to also say to some women who are fathers, I say happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day,
because
yes.
we have strong women who stood up by themselves, raising the kids by themselves. Or we say happy Father's Day to you women.
Yeah.
You are strong. You are loved. We cherish you. We know who you are, and we remember you. And we love you so much. Keep that spirit of a father, of a mother, of everything. So well done raising those kids and taking them out of poverty, taking them from the street. Well done, girl. Well done, father. Thank you.
And for all those foster carer father and for all the stepfathers, we say happy Father's Day to you. You've done well. And for those that have within the community, there's a lot of youth worker. Yes, there's a lot of mentors, father's figures.
Yes.
You are awesome. You are super.
Pastors.
Yeah.
We know all the pastors and all the mosque leaders. You are the fathers.
All the community leaders in the Hindus and all the
every religion.
Yeah.
You know, those leaders in the religion, you are father figures.
Yeah.
So don't forget that the whole community, the whole world is looking at you.
Thank you.
What you do will empower them. Thank you.
Thank you for your work. Thank you. And to all the fathers in Greenwich.
Oh, yes.
In RBG.
We love Black Female
we love you.
Entrepreneur Greenwich. We love all the men in the borough.
Yeah.
And we celebrate you.
We celebrate you.
With good hearts. And we love you all.
We love you
Happy
all.
Father's
Happy
Day.
Father's.
Those who haven't received any Father's Day, whether you're a father or not, as long as you're a man,
we read one for you.
Know what? Whether you've got no children, whether you have children, with all the men in Greenwich, you know, you are all our men. So we say happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. It's just because we are unable to come out. We would have done some nice party. Hopefully next year we have a good the whole virus things are settled down. I think we're going to have a special Father's dinner where we invite you all to come and we from the Black Female will do some special cooking for you. And we'll do some sports. So I hope you all have a great day. Enjoy your Father's Day. And I know there's some people out there not in good time with their dad for whatever reason. Please, this sometimes is a time for us to actually forgive and forget and try, because this life is too short, isn't it, Messi?
That's right. Yes.
It's too short.
Life is too short.
Life is too short. With COVID, we've seen things, a lot of things happening. Someone you see today and tomorrow you don't see them. And a lot of people are having the long-time COVID reaction, and we lost a lot of people. So this is the time we forgive, forget, and move on. I know it's very hard. It's easy for me to say, but I know you out there that this message might be for you. Try, link up with your father and say happy Father's Day. And for those father out there, try, link up with your children and be the dad that we are celebrating tomorrow. Thank you all and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.